G'day gamers, welcome to New by Design. Going to be moving into part 3 of the ultimate gaming PC build here. In this one, in part 3, we're going to be talking about the power supply unit. Just to recap, in part 1, we went through all the parts that I'm using, kind of showed them all in a bundle there and explained what they are. And then in part 2, we looked at the tower, which was the Bitfenix Aurora. As you can see, now we're moving on to the power supply unit, which is an EVGA 750 GQ Whisper Quiet, which is huge, and it happens to be 80 gold rated as well, or 80 plus gold rated. Anyhow, you can see that there's all kinds of advantage to this, but the biggest thing is it's mostly modular and it's super quiet. The super quiet is super important because in the end of the day, the super quiet prevents me from having to tinker with my audio settings just a ton just to get the hum of the fans and everything away. And because I am running a lot of stuff on this, there's going to be a GTX 1080 Ti for the Win Edition. There's going to be the i7 8700, plus a couple different SSD drives, some M.2, and a bunch of RGB stuff. So we don't want to run out of power, and we want everything to maintain quiet. As we pop it open here, you can see that they've got this little manual, but there's not really a whole lot of information in the manual. Mostly it's just kind of saying what it's capable of and basically how to plug in everything. It is a mostly modular one. Essentially, it's got everything modular except for the actual power supply going directly to the motherboard. And I mean, at no point really are you going to have to, or are you going to be able to take that out anyway. It's a necessary cable. As you can see, all the cables here are marked with where they go, where they plug into, and the purpose that they are for, or what the purpose you're going to be using them for, and what they're rated for. Anyhow, guys, as we continue into here as well, one thing I want to say about having a modular or mostly modular PSU is that it's a massive advantage, and those are also the screws kind of attached to your tower there. But the reason it is that I like getting a modular is because wire management is so much easier. You can just do so much, you can do way better job with wire management, or wire basically hiding all the wires and all that kind of stuff. I guess you call it cable management. And you can make it so that, especially if you're going with RGB, it's just a cleaner looking case. The case that I picked up, Bitfenix Aurora, is all glass on the sides. It's got that tempered glass, so it's going to be really important for me to have everything all together. As you can see, this PSU is mostly dummy proof. I mean, there's still room for a guy like me to show you guys it upside down here with all the connections. But either way, you can see everything's marked, and there's corresponding marks on all the cables. So everything will be perfect for you guys. You can just match it up. There's kind of dummy proof. No, like I said, no room for errors except for the moron holding it, showing you guys it upside down. Anyhow, guys, as we continue looking through here, you can see it's really high quality, really solid construction. It's actually pretty decent. Got a decent weight to it, and you can tell that the fan is going to be quiet because it does feel really high quality. As you can see, we're into our Bitfenix Aurora case here, and on the bottom you'll notice that there is venting, as most cases do have. And here's a huge point that I didn't do in my last. Make sure when you are installing this power supply that the fan is pointing down to the grates. Hopefully it has some kind of opening on the bottom, and obviously if it doesn't have an opening on the bottom, you're not going to aim the fan down there because it won't breathe and it'll cause you all kinds of issues. But another point you should notice as well is you can see the Aurora here, the case that I'm using, has about half of an inch on basically on the sliders there, and that gives enough room for the hot air to push out through the bottom and get vented out free. Another point that I should mention as well, if you're putting your case directly on carpet or something that it's not going to breathe out, for one, your PSU is going to overheat and it's not going to perform very well because it's not cooling off. But two, you could also get yourself a bit of a fire risk because you get a lot of heat blowing down onto something like carpet. Super unsafe. You want to make sure you have decent coasters and it's up, giving it room to breathe and let it shoot that air out below it. Or you want to at least have some kind of surface. Well, you're still going to need some kind of space with the coaster or something like that on the bottom of the PSU, but at least a hard surface of some form that's not going to kind of seal around it and cause you fire issues and all kinds of overheating issues. Anyhow, guys, not too much to this install because we're just going to be fixing it to the back of the tower, and connecting all the cables and everything will happen later. If you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you guys would like to see the rest of this epic computer build, please feel free to subscribe to this channel by clicking in the center there. And anyways, guys, we hope to see you again, and I can't wait to show you guys how epic this PC looks when it's all done. Thanks for watching.